From the Samson Production Studios in the heart of Hazleton, Pennsylvania, it's your News 13.
Brought to you by SSP TV and the Standard Speaker.
Cleanup continued today in flood-ravaged areas, but tonight the second in command was there. Vice President Joe Biden traveled to one part of Luzerne County to see the destruction for himself. News 13 talked with him, and it's where we begin tonight, live at 5. Good evening, and thanks so much for joining us, everyone. I'm Kristen Bazinski. Well, earlier this week, President Barack Obama officially declared Pennsylvania to be a major disaster area. And today, a little more than a week since the raging waters destroyed thousands of homes, the president's right-hand man was in the Wyoming Valley to check out the damage and talk to residents. News 13's Nikki Kreis was in Duryea this morning to hear what Joe Biden had to say.
There's no reason we can't get that levee back. There's no reason why we can't get the wastewater treatment back. There's no reason why this street won't look like it did before.
Encouraging words for a devastated town. It's been a little more than a week since parts of northeastern Pennsylvania were damaged by flooding. The people of Duryea have lived the nightmare.
We lost everything in the basement and some of the stuff on the first floor. We don't have it as bad as everybody had it around here, but I mean, still you lose a lot of memories, people across the street lost everything.
A little more than a week since flooding destroyed thousands of homes and damaged countless more. Vice President Joe Biden spent some time in Luzerne County to check it out.
Where we're standing right now was a river blowing through here in a way that wiped away more than homes, wiped away a lot of dreams. But folks, you can and you will come back.
Those are words he repeated several times to the people of Duryea this morning.
FEMA, the Federal Disaster Agency, they're going to put you back in the place you were, help you get back in the place you were before this storm. But that's not the only help that's out there. We'll get you temporary housing that'll be decent for you while your house is being repaired.
Biden was joined by Governor Tom Corbett, Congressman Lou Barletta, and Senator Bob Casey. The group toured some of the homes that were damaged by the flood. Biden met in private with Duryea residents and publicly promised them help.
We work for you, and don't you all forget it. And so I'm here to tell you we're not leaving. The federal government is not stepping away.
Can you help us fix my Grandma and Grandpa's house?
Yes, I can.
The vice president's words were encouraging ones, but the people of Duryea tell me they just hope the federal government follows through on its promises.
Are they going to follow through, or they're going to be able to help us in any way? Because there's so much damage here.
A lot of people lost their entire lives. There's a lot of people in this area that are on Social Security. I mean, how are they going to be able to afford their homes without the federal government's help?
Do you have faith that this visit means something in
Oh, absolutely. I just hope that it's not forgotten when he's gone, that it's not forgotten that the people here really need the help.
Biden told the crowd not to feel guilty asking for help, that they deserve it.
This is not a Duryea problem. It's an American problem. This is an American problem. When Americans are in trouble, through no fault of their own, when national disasters strike, it's the obligation of every other American to help.
The vice president stayed in Luzerne County until about noon. In the community of Duryea, I'm Nikki Kreis for News 13.
Nikki, thank you. Now, don't forget, News 13 continues to collect for the flood victims. We just need you to help us do it. And so far, it is unbelievable the amount of clothes, socks, and cleaning products that have been dropped off here at News 13 in a 1-hour time span this afternoon. Well, some lost everything, as we know, and some even lost their entire home. Many will have to rebuild from the ground up. It will be a long road to recovery and a very costly cleanup. Many are pitching in to do their part in healing the wounds, from helping to clear the muck and mud to donating money, clothes, and more. As we told you last night on News 13, we've teamed up with a local church and the city of Hazleton to do our part. Take a look at the generosity so far here in Greater Hazleton. Everything from Shoes, socks, blankets, clothes, and cleaning supplies now fill our front lobby here at News 13. We are assisting St. Paul's Lutheran Church in Mountaintop with their Buckets of Love campaign. Church members are collecting household items from cleaning products, gloves, buckets, sponges, bleach, basically any products to help clean up the mess. News 13 will be a drop-off site for that collection. You can bring items to us Monday through Friday from 9 to 5. All of the products will be delivered to the church, and Pastor Kaufman, along with the congregation, will deliver the buckets of love to those who need them most. And we are your drop-off spot for new and used clothing and socks, and especially children's clothes. Hazleton Mayor Joe Yanuzzi asked us to help him help the residents of Shikshini, an area completely destroyed by the flooding. We talked with Shikshini's Mayor Beverly Moore, who was so humbled to know we are collecting for her residents, and said they really need clothes and especially socks. To support Shikshini, bring new and used clothes right here to News 13 in downtown Hazleton on Broad Street, Monday through Friday, 9 to 5. Help News 13, SSP TV, St. Paul's Lutheran Church in Mountaintop, and Hazleton Mayor Joe Yanuzzi help those who need it most. We will be collecting into next week and will make our first delivery sometime towards the end of next week. There are many other ways you can help with the flood victims. In a little less than an hour, you can head to McAdoo and go roller skating. For a $5 donation, you can go skating at the Strand from 6 to 9. All proceeds will benefit the Wilkes-Barre chapter of the American Red Cross to help the victims of last week's flood. You're also asked to bring an extra cleaning supply that you may have around the house, because every little bit helps. Local law enforcement officers put their lives on the line as a man in Sugarloaf shot round after round at them from his home, saying it would be suicide by cop. They shot back at 63-year-old James Marticelli, who eventually surrendered after being hit twice by the cops' shots. Marticelli was found guilty on a number of charges back in July, including aggravated assault and assaulting a law enforcement officer. Today, he learned his fate. He was sent to jail for 20 years, but will get credit for time served. He's been in prison since July of '09. Marticelli asked the judge if he could remain close to home and said he needed medical care in prison. He was also ordered to pay money to the Pennsylvania State Police and the District Attorney's Office. The judge also ordered Marticelli's weapons be destroyed. The 63-year-old armed himself with handguns, military rifles, and 2,000 to 3,000 rounds of ammunition, and fired at a dozen local police officers during the long standoff in 2009. Now, none of the officers were hurt, or Marticelli's defense was that he suffered from a mental illness. During the incident, Marticelli's wife was inside the home. She managed to escape unharmed. Well, the Hazleton Zoning Hearing Board denied a city man's request to develop a parking lot and repair garage on North Wyoming and Tamarack Streets. Dick Ramos needed variances to construct the lot and garage for DXT Transportation in the commercial zone, but a motion for approval was shot down Thursday by the zoning board. The lot would provide parking and a repair garage for a fleet of 7 vans for his transportation company. Now, the business would operate from 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Saturday. Ramos said the garage likely would house up to 2 vans and initially would have 1 hydraulic lift. He proposed having vans enter the facility from Wyoming Street and exit onto Tamarack. In both scenarios, vehicles would have to cross sidewalks. Some folks showed up at the meeting who were against the request and the business locating there, and they did not directly address the board while they were there, but their attorney said the neighbors were concerned that vehicles would cross sidewalks to access the proposed garage and feared storage of hazardous chemicals. In the end, again, the request was denied, but Ramos could appeal to the county court. You can check out the Standard Speaker for much more on that decision. Stay tuned. There's much more to come tonight here on your community news station. You may have noticed a chill in the air when you stepped outside this morning, but are the cooler temps here to stay? And cold weather means flu season, of course. Tonight, one of our own gets the oh-so-dreaded flu shot. Stay tuned.
Stay tuned for great local programming all night long right here on SSP TV. At 7 o'clock, it's the Sam Lassant Show. Join Sam as he talks with John Keegan. 7:30 is the Judge Stevens Show. Dramatic situations are performed to illustrate the court system and explain the law and decisions made in each case. And then from 8 to 9, you can catch FunFest 2011 coverage. 9 o'clock's a rebroadcast of the San Santa Show, and at 9:30 is the Dr. Mead Show. Join Dr. Mead as he shows you how to live a healthy lifestyle. And don't forget to watch the rebroadcasts of our news at 6, 10, and 11:30.
It's time for the Movie Minute right here on News 13, your weekly look at what's playing at Regal Cinema 10 just outside the Laurel Mall. 4 new movies to tell you about this week. The Disney classic The Lion King is back in theaters, this time in 3D. I Don't Know How She Does It is a movie about a woman who excels at multitasking. The film stars Sarah Jessica Parker. Straw Dogs is about a couple that reconnects in the South, but not without conflict. And finally, Drive stars Ryan Gosling as a Hollywood stuntman who gets into some trouble. For showtimes, call Regal Cinema 10 at 450-7454, or to speak to a movie attendant, call 450-7340.
You're watching News 13, brought to you by SSP TV and the Standard Speaker with Janine Mazurkevich, Kristen Bazinski, Christina D'Amato, and Nikki Grimes.
No one plans to be hurt. I'm attorney Conrad Falvello, and I have yet to meet anyone who would trade their health for money. But if you've had your livelihood taken away by someone else, don't kid yourself. No one's going to hand you a check. At Falvello Law, injury law is what we do every day. It's the only thing we do every day.
Falvello Law, injury lawyers.
If you struggle with obesity, you know how difficult life can be, but there is help. The fully accredited Northeast Bariatric Center offers 3 surgical alternatives for weight loss, including the newest, minimally invasive sleeve procedure.
Improve your health and enjoy quality time with your family and friends. Just visit our website for more information or to check dates and times for our monthly informational session. You have a lot to gain by losing.
When your car has seen her last mile, you want to make sure her old parts and fluids go here and not here. At Harry's U-Pull-It, we dispose of your old car parts the right way, recycling every piece possible. From parts to fluids, when you bring your old car to Harry's, you'll know that our state-of-the-art system is keeping your footprint as green as possible. Harry's U-Pull-It.
Sign and save during Toyota's model year closeout. Find some of the best deals of the year going on now at your Toyota dealer. Save big with your choice of 0% APR financing on 8 favorite Toyota models. Camrys, Corollas, Benzes, Avalons, Highlanders, Siennas, Tundras, and RAV4s. And Toyota Care now comes with every new Toyota. Sign and save on the last of the 2011s during Toyota's model year closeout.
Happening this week at Hollywood. Thursday is Wig Night, 35-cent wings and $2 domestic drafts, 9 to 11. Friday, Fuzzy Park is in the house, 8 to midnight, $4 Long Island iced teas, 9 to 11. And Saturday, Hollywood Idol finale with host Fantasia. That's 10 to 1 with $3 well drinks. Don't forget to try out the brand new menu by Chef Drew Wandition. Come to Hollywood Diner where everyone is treated like a star.
Well, the general election, believe it or not, is about 2 months away, and now is the time for candidates to get their name known and their face familiar to the voters. Thursday night, News 13 stopped by Casats, where folks were showing their support for Rick Morelli. Morelli's running for Luzerne County Council. Morelli's supporters chatted with him about his plans should he be elected to the position. Some other political figures were in the crowd, also meeting and greeting with voters. Many events like this one will start happening more frequently over the coming weeks. Remember, Election Day is November 8th. And it was a great day on the course as dozens of golfers hit the green and went golfing. Eagle Rock Resort was the place to be today for a game of golf to raise money for State Representative Tara Toohill's campaign. Toohill supporters packed the golf course for the first annual event. The state rep tells us she was pleased with the turnout.
We have almost 75 golfers this year, so next year it'll be a little bit bigger. We had a lot of people from up north that couldn't make it because of the flood and everything that's been going on. But we're going to have a good time and raise a lot of money, and it'll be a good event.
After they were finished golfing, everyone went inside for cocktails and dinner. Tony Angelo provided the entertainment for the evening. Even though it was a little chilly out there today, it was great weather for a game of golf. Let's see what Mother Nature has in store for the rest of the night and into your weekend. Mostly cloudy skies taking you through your Friday evening with a low down to 40. And for your Saturday during the day, look for it to be partly sunny but still cool, a high up to 60 degrees. Live at 5:30, we'll talk about the weekend ahead. Valmont Auto Sales bringing you tonight's news, or I should say tonight's weather, on News 13. 501-2626 is the number to call, and they are located on Route 93 in West Hazleton. And here are your winning midday lottery numbers. If you played today, good luck. Daily number 119, your big 4 2208, Quinto 18137, and treasure hunt 5, 12, 22, 23, and 28. All right, make sure you pick up Sunday's edition of the Hazleton Standard Speaker. That's where you're going to find not only some great stories, sports, and more, you'll also find over $1,200 in coupons for your saving pleasure.
Good evening, everyone, and here's your lineup for Saturday. Good evening, everyone, and here's tonight's social news. A happy birthday to Carmi Barletta. This wish comes with love from your friend, Tina. A happy 59th birthday to Carol Singh. She celebrates this on Sunday. This wish comes from Caroline. And a happy 33rd birthday to Brooke Kearns of Hazleton. You're just as cute today at 33 as you were at 3. This wish comes from your sister Holly, your dad, Jimmy, Bobby, and your 4 sons. And now for tonight's Talk of the Town. The Whitehaven Veterinary Hospital would like to announce the first Adopt-a-thon and open house on October 23rd. The event will be held from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. at the hospital and will feature Halloween pet photos, a bake sale for refreshments, and much more. And that's tonight's Talk of the Town. News 13 extends our deepest sympathies to the family and friends of these recently departed. Russell Tony Hartman of Freeland. The funeral will be held Saturday at 11 a.m. from the Presbyterian Church. Friends may call Saturday from 9 to 11 a.m. Donald J. Hudson of West Hazleton. The funeral services will be private and under the direction of the Joseph B. Conahan Funeral Home. Mary O. Ackerman, formerly of Nuremberg. The funeral will be held Monday at 10 a.m. from the Harmon Funeral Home. Friends may call Sunday from 3 to 5 p.m. And Patrick J. Hall, Sr. of Falls Township. The funeral mass will be on Tuesday at 10 a.m. from St. Joseph the Worker Church. Friends may call Monday from 7 to 9 p.m. and on Tuesday from 8:15 to 9:15 a.m. at the James J. Doherty Funeral Home. Tonight's obituaries have been brought to you by the Smilex Floral Shop on 15th Street in Hazleton. Free delivery to all local funeral homes. Call 570-454-0111.
Do you want the area's best selection of beer in cases and kegs? Well, you've got it at JoJo's Beverages on the Airport Beltway. All the best brews, no extra charge for cold ones, and over 300 varieties by the cases, plus kegs and lottery. We also carry Tom Hicken bottled water and great spring water. So when it comes to where you go for your brew, go to JoJo's Beverage, owned and operated by Joe Nemschek, a Nemschek family company, on the Airport Beltway in Hazleton, open 7 days a week.
Take a deep breath. It's all gonna be fine. Come on, take a deep breath. Keep on breathing.
Feed a hungry child. Give generously to CEO.
SSP TV Sports on News 13 with Ron Marchetti.
The Pittsburgh Pirates snapped a 19-game losing streak in L.A. last night, and Russ Kanzler walked in his first big league plate appearance in Boston, pinch hitting for Johnny Damon. We are in the middle of September on this Friday, the 16th, game night and week 3 of high school football. Hi, everybody, and happy birthday to my son, Randy. It looks like this photo was taken after Michigan defeated Notre Dame last Saturday. However, I think this shot was actually taken after last year's Michigan-Notre Dame game when the result was exactly the same. The Fighting Irish lost on the last play of the game to Michigan 2 years in a row. Mother of God! ND was leading by 17 points going into the fourth quarter, 24-7, and believe it or not, they are 5-point favorites over 2-0 Michigan State tomorrow, who have looked nothing short of brilliant. Why? Enough said. Let's move on. Last Saturday, the Hazleton area Cougars rallied to give new coach Jim Drumheller a sweet 32-21 victory over Williamsport. Chad Hoffman rushed for 100 yards and threw for 167 while running for 2 touchdowns and throwing for 1. A truly breakout performance by the senior quarterback. The Cougars are 1-1. Tonight they are on the road at Delaware Valley. Marion Catholic spanked Schuylkill Haven 28-7. Paul Martin again was the workhorse with 143 yards rushing while scoring 4 touchdowns, ending the Colts' 3-year losing streak to the Hurricanes. Tonight, 2-0 Marion is at Monty area. Penn State lost to Alabama 27-11. ND let the Wolverines go 80 yards in the last 28 seconds to lose 35-31 without using a timeout. My Army team played well, but lost to San Diego State by 3, 23-20. But the Redskins did beat the Giants on Sunday. Russ Kanzler got the call and is now a big leaguer playing with the Tampa Bay Rays. Kanzler is the International League's most valuable player, and I think Joe Madden should be named after the season Manager of the Year, no matter what happens the rest of the way. The Rays lost a ton of good ball players from last season and are still making a nice run. A real shocker worth mentioning in high school football, Abington Heights lost to Wyoming Valley West 51-0 on Monday night. Also on Monday, the Cougars stopped MMI in tennis. MMI also lost to Wyoming Sem in golf, and the Cougars lost to Coffin in field hockey. On Tuesday, MMI lost to Dallas in tennis. On Wednesday, MMI opened their brand new soccer field in Foster Township, and Hazleton whipped Pittston in tennis to go 4-0, while the Cougars Golf Club split a pair, beating Lake Lehman and losing to Wyoming Seminary. What else? The Detroit Tigers extended their winning streak to 12, their longest win streak since the days of Hank Greenberg and Charlie Gehringer in 1934. That was the year the Tigers lost the World Series in 7 games to the famous St. Louis Cardinals Gas House Gang 77 years ago. And speaking of the Tigers, Jason Verlander won his 23rd game against only 5 losses. He has won his last 11 starts, and staying with the Tigers, Tommy Machick, who played with Detroit in the 1968 World Series, will be here on Sunday for induction ceremonies at Genetti's as part of the 1959 Babe Ruth team that will be inducted into the Hazleton Area Sports Hall of Fame. Finally, Mariano Rivera, the Yankees, saved his 600th game this week, only the second man ever to do that. Trevor Hoffman at 601. Rivera also holds overwhelmingly the record for postseason saves with 42. Guess who's second? The Phillies' Brad Lidge with 18. Wow. Make it a good one. Till Monday, stay loose.
All right, Ronnie, thanks so much. See you next week. Well, if you're planning on traveling out of the country and you do not have a current passport, listen up. The Hazleton Post Office will be holding a passport fair this weekend. The Postal Service has teamed up with the United States State Department for National Passport Day tomorrow. Passport applications will be processed in the main windows section, and you'll be able to get your picture taken right away. The downtown Hazleton Farmers Market has been pretty popular so far. Hopefully this weekend will be no different. A special workshop is set to take place. The workshop will be held by the Penn State Master Gardeners of Luzerne County. It's called Putting the Garden to Bed. The workshop will be held from 10 until 11 tomorrow morning. The Farmers Market will continue each Saturday in downtown Hazleton until October 15th. Well, from a pierogi slap shot contest to eating the great food, judging some great dancers, listening to fabulous music, and walking in the famous Fun Fest parade. Oh, we can't forget about the celebrity tricycle races. News 13 did it all, and tonight at 7 o'clock you can tune in for all the fun. Our Fun Fest 2011 special hits the air, bringing you the sights and sounds of the event. I did it again, folks. It's tonight at 8 and Saturday at 7 a.m. and 3 p.m. If you didn't make it to Fun Fest this year, it's a great way to see Broad Street filled with thousands of folks looking for some food and fun. Again, News 13's recap of Fun Fest 2011 with myself, Nikki Kreis, Christina D'Amato, Gary Perna, and all the members of the News 13 staff here airs tonight again at 8. Right, Mike? Okay. And tomorrow there's a few times as well. If we can get that graphic on the screen one more time, I'd appreciate it. So you can catch it tonight and also on Saturday at 7 a.m. and 3 p.m. All right, more news is coming your way next. A change in the weather means flu season is coming. We tell you why it's so important to get that flu shot. We'll also have an extended look at the forecast and sports with Freddie B. Make sure you check out ssptv.com and make us your friend on Facebook. And don't forget to stay up to date on all local, county, and state news at thestandardspeaker.com and thecitizensvoice.com. Stay tuned. We'll be right back. But first, let's head to Janine, where she's hunting for treasures.
You'll find very low prices and quality clothing and accessories here at Treasure Hunt. New this week, a brand new department for shoes. Men's shoes priced at $9.99 to $14.99 include dress shoes, boots, sneakers, and even sandals. Women's shoes priced at just $8 to $14.99 include dress shoes in different colors. Flats and heels are available. Check out these new ladies' shoes arrivals, all different styles in sneakers. Brands include Nike for just $9.99. This section of men's shoes range in sizes all the way up to a size 15. Boots and sneakers are included, just $9.99. And don't forget about the Uggs for girls and for ladies in all different sizes and styles here at Treasure Hunt. Remember, we are never undersold.
Folks, how important is your local pharmacist? On the next Sam LaSange Show, John Keegan, registered pharmacist, joins me to talk about local pharmacists and how important they are. Now, are these mail orders that you're getting, are they saving you money, and how really important is that local pharmacist? The show is brought to you by the following pharmacists: Heights Terrace Pharmacy, Yorkville, Town Drug, Medicine Shop, Standard Drug, and Yoakum's Pharmacists. These are the pharmacists that are concerned about you. It's all in the next Sam LaSange Show.
I'll tell you of a kingdom from another place and time.
A land where you can go to leave your troubles far behind.
A world of mirth and merriment where magic fills the air. A kingdom called the Pennsylvania Renaissance Fair. So bring your friends and family and cast away your cares. Let's all of us be merry at the Renaissance Fair.
Discount coupons for participating Burger King locations. Visit PARenfair.com.
Hospice of the Sacred Heart is a non-profit agency now serving 9 counties in northeastern PA. We help many elderly patients in their home, providing assistance to them and their families.
My older sister, Kathy, was diagnosed with cancer. She was very, very sick. And hospice came and took wonderful care of her.
My husband was very ill, and they taught me how to do everything. I just couldn't have done it without them.
Call 706-2400 for more information or visit our website at hospicesacredheart.org.
The top of the 80s is now serving Sunday breakfast from 8 to 12. Stop in this Sunday for these delicious morning meals.
Savings of the Green Sale event is now in progress. Experience tomorrow's technology today with Earthwise vinyl windows and doors installed by Just Windows and much, much more. Saving energy daily translates into saving money, and saving Mother Earth for tomorrow's generations of homeowners is priceless. So take the leap to more eco-friendly homes with an environmentally friendly windows and doors from Just Windows and much, much more.
Are
Ashley, you forgot about free estimate.
Come on, man. Call today for a free estimate. Tell them Ashley sent you.
Check out the all-new 2011 Jeep Grand Cherokee with its 6-cylinder or Hemi engine, panoramic sunroof to the all-new Quadralift air suspension. Or how about the 2011 Jeep Wrangler, heated leather seats, 3-piece Freedom Top. The Wrangler is still holding on to its 70 years of American heritage. Imported from Detroit, the Chrysler 200 is all new from its shape and ride to the handling. And when you need a tough worker, take a look at the Ram 15 or 2500, both sporting fuel efficiency, towing, and legendary durability.
When it comes to your health, you need to put your trust in a team of experienced professionals. Mountain City Nursing and Rehabilitation Center, an Extendicare facility, has one goal in mind: helping people live better. Short-term rehabilitation is our business. Mountain City offers you a chance to recover on our STAR unit, a short-term unit for patients who need some rehab before going home. We provide dedicated nursing and therapy services and offer you a personalized plan of recovery through our evidence-based recovery track programming.
Mountain City helps me live better.
Whether you like it or not, you may have no choice but to get a shot this year. But the quick pinch could be the cure to a lot of pain. It's flu season. Keeping from becoming a victim is our top story tonight.
From the Samson Production Studios in the heart of Hazleton, Pennsylvania, it's your News 13.
Hey again, everyone. Thanks so much for staying with us on this Friday. I'm Kristen Bazinski. As summer turns to fall, many things will change. The leaves on the trees and the temperature, to name a few. But the change in weather also means flu season. Each year, millions of cases of the flu are reported and thousands of people die from it. There is a way to prevent the virus, so we sent our Nikki Kries to get that dreaded flu shot.
Pretty soon it's going to look like this in Greater Hazleton. Colorful leaves on the trees and a nice drop in temperature. But unfortunately, that also means this. Flu season.
The flu by itself is not that annoying of an infection. However, one of the complications of the flu is pneumonia. And often in our more elderly population, if you get the flu, you get pneumonia, now you're in the hospital, and that's what makes the flu so deadly.
That's why it's so important to get the flu shot. No one wants to end up with the influenza virus, including me. I don't really like going to the doctor, but Dr. Philip Benyo recommends everyone 6 months and older get a flu shot.
But we start vaccinating as soon as we get the vaccines, which was about 2 weeks ago, and right in through to December.
So I rolled up my sleeve for the relatively painless shot. After a Band-Aid was put on, I was good to go. This year's shot is very similar to last year's.
There wasn't very many changes to the strain this year compared to previous years, so they're able to keep it very similar.
And if you're worried about the swine flu, don't. This year's vaccine is a combined one.
The swine flu vaccine before had to come out because they already had started producing the flu shot, and they didn't have a chance to put it in there. So now the vaccine that we have is a combined vaccine. It has everything already in there.
If you don't like bigger needles like the one I got, or the nasal spray shot, there is another option, one with a smaller needle.
This year the companies came out with a new version that we can put into the subcutaneous fat. It may hurt a little bit less, but it's the same idea. It doesn't change the fact that you can get a mild fever, chill, muscle ache, or pain after getting a flu shot.
It's important to note that the flu shot does not cause the flu, even though a bit of the inactive virus is in the shot. You can get a flu shot at almost any of the drugstores in town, or give a call to your family doctor. And don't forget precautions such as washing your hands and keeping good personal hygiene go a long way in staying healthy. In the community of Drums, I'm Nikki Kries for News 13.
Today was a glimpse of what we're going to see weather-wise during flu season. It was downright cold out there this morning. Let's take a look at what we can expect for the weekend. And I'm being told it's still chilly out there, and it's going to get even chillier. Low down to 40 degrees under mostly cloudy skies here in Greater Hazleton. Your sun sets this evening at 12 minutes after 7. It will rise again on your Saturday at 6:46. Your averages and records on your screen right now. Look at that record high compared to our temperature today. 89 degrees back in 1939. But we could be worse, and it could be 27 degrees, which was in 1984. Here's your 4-day outlook, and it's a pretty easy one. I'm Have to add, after the last couple weeks of rain, we're going to see sunny skies Saturday. 60 will be your high. We'll dip down to 46 on Saturday night. Sunday, sun is out again, high near 64. On Monday, mostly sunny skies with a high near 62. 66 on your Tuesday with the sun sticking around. And Tuesday night, slight chance of some scattered showers coming through the area. Mostly cloudy skies, and the temp dips down to 53 degrees. Your forecast tonight brought to you by the Lazy Dog Salon, Dog and Cat Grooming. Make an appointment for your furry friend today by calling 459-0310. And your furry friend could look like this adorable Akita named Cody. He is a client of the Lazy Dog Salon, so why not take your pet and they can be a client too and look just as handsome as Cody. Well, earlier this week, President Barack Obama officially declared Pennsylvania to be a major disaster area. And today, a little more than a week since the raging waters destroyed thousands of homes, the president's right-hand man was in the Wyoming Valley to check out the damage and talk to residents. News 13's Nikki Kreis was in Duryea this morning to hear what Joe Biden had to say.
There's no reason we can't get that levee back. There's no reason why we can't get the wastewater treatment back. There's no reason why this street won't look like it did before.
Encouraging words for a devastated town. It's been a little more than a week since parts of northeastern Pennsylvania were damaged by flooding. The people of Duryea have lived the nightmare.
We lost everything in the basement and some of the stuff on the first floor. We don't have it as bad as everybody had it around here, but I mean, still you lose a lot of memories, you know, I mean, people across the street lost everything.
A little more than a week since flooding destroyed thousands of homes and damaged countless more. Vice President Joe Biden spent some time in Luzerne County to check it out.
Where we're standing right now was a river. That's correct. Blowing through here in a way that wiped away more than homes, wiped away a lot of dreams. But folks, you can and you will come back.
Those are words he repeated several times to the people of Duryea this morning.
FEMA, the Federal Disaster Agency, they're going to put you back in the place you were, help you get back in the place you were before this storm. But that's not the only help that's out there. We'll get you temporary housing that'll be decent for you while your house is being repaired.
Biden was joined by Governor Tom Corbett, Congressman Lou Barletta, and Senator Bob Casey. The group toured some of the homes that were damaged by the flood. Biden met in private with Duryea residents and publicly promised them help.
We work for you, and don't you all forget it. And so I'm here to tell you we're not leaving. The federal government is not stepping away.
Can you help us fix my grandma and grandpa's house?
Yes, I can.
The vice president's words were encouraging ones, but the people of Duryea tell me they just hope the federal government follows through on its promises.
Are they going to follow through, or are they going to be able to help us in any way? Because there's so much damage here.
A lot of people lost their entire lives. There's a lot of people in this area that are on Social Security. I mean, how are they going to be able to afford their homes without the federal government's help?
Do you have faith that this visit means something?
Oh, absolutely. I just hope that it's not forgotten. When he's gone, that it's not forgotten that the people here really need the help.
Biden told the crowd not to feel guilty asking for help, that they deserve it.
This is not a Duryea problem. It's an American problem. This is an American problem. When Americans are in trouble, through no fault of their own, when national disasters strike, it's the obligation of every other American to help.
The vice president stayed in Luzerne County until about noon. In the community of Duryea, I'm Nikki Kreis for News 13.
Well, there's going to be some work being done on Broad Street early next week. People in the West Hazleton area may want to avoid the McKenna Corners Monday through Wednesday. Crews will be tearing down the former Can Do advertising building as part of the Broad Street Corridor project. After that demolition is done, the contractor will move to Cedar Street, where some buildings behind Lackawanna College will be raised. Once crews are finished installing new sidewalks between Laurel and Wyoming streets, they will move on to the next block, which will be done before the construction season ends. All right, still to come tonight on News 13 Live at 5:30, we turn to the Hazleton Area School District, where we talk to board members about the former Can Do building. And also ahead tonight, Freddie B is talking baseball and Friday Night Football. We'll be right back.
It's time for the Movie Minute right here on News 13, your weekly look at what's playing at Regal Cinema 10 just outside the Laurel Mall. 4 new movies to tell you about this week. The Disney classic The Lion King is back in theaters, this time in 3D. I Don't Know How She Does It is a movie about a woman who excels at multitasking. The film stars Sarah Jessica Parker. Straw Dogs is about a couple that reconnects in the South, but not without conflict. And finally, Drive stars Ryan Gosling as a Hollywood stuntman who gets into some trouble. For showtimes, call Regal Cinema 10 at 450-7454, or to speak to a movie attendant, call 450-7340.
You're watching News 13 with Janine Mazurkevich, Kristen Bazinski, Christina D'Amato, and Nikki Cry.
Hey, can you toss me that tape measure?
Here you go.
Woo, still got it.
You got nothing! Yeah!
It's football season, and great deals are waiting for you at Burger Family Dealerships, like a new GMC 1500 regular cab 4x4 starting at $25,995. Plus, we'll pay more for your trade guaranteed. Just off I-81, exit 145 Hazleton. Since 1921, drive with experience.
Family owned and operated, Evanco Respiratory offers the very best in specialized respiratory and home medical equipment. Evanco Respiratory hosts a team of specialized respiratory therapists, customer service technicians, and billing specialists to service your every need. Free home setup, delivery, and direct billing to your insurance are just a few of the ways that Evanco Respiratory delivers excellent customer service. When you expect the best, call Evanco Respiratory.
I'm glad I asked for Evanco Respiratory.
Anyone can make a phone call. What's important is who's on the other end. We've been doing injury law for more than 35 years. It's what we do most. It's what we do best. It's what we do every day. So if you're hurt and want a lawyer who does nothing but injury law every day, there's no reason to call anyone else.
Call Vallow Law, Injury Lawyers.
When your car has seen her last mile, you want to make sure her old parts and fluids go here and not here. At Harry's U-Pull-It, we dispose of your old car parts the right way, recycling every piece possible. From parts to fluids, when you bring your old car to Harry's, you'll know that our state-of-the-art system is keeping your footprint as green as possible. Harry's U-Pull-It.
I'll tell you of a kingdom from another place and time.
A land where you can go to leave your troubles far behind.
A world of mirth and merriment where magic fills the air. A kingdom called the Pennsylvania Renaissance Fair. So bring your friends and family and cast away your cares. Let's all of us be merry at the Renaissance Fair.
Discount coupons for participating Burger King locations. Visit PARenfair.com.
When it comes to all of your grocery needs, shop Boyer's Food Markets at 2 locations, 15th Street in Hazleton and South Hancock Street in McAdoo. Here are this week's specials. Every weekend, look in our hot food area for wings, tenders, and other party favorites. Don't forget about our gift cards and our senior citizens discounts. We also have double coupons every day. You can also go to BoyersFood.com for our weekly circular, monthly super specials, and much more. It's all at Boyer's Food Markets in Hazleton and McAdoo.
For all of your eye care needs, including routine, medical, surgical eye care, glasses or contact lenses, visit Dr. Thomas Gislin at Hazleton Eye Specialists. Ask about the 7-minute, no needle, no stitch, no patch cataract surgery, and LASIK and multi-lex procedures. We do diagnosis and treatment of eye diseases, including glaucoma and dry eye syndrome. Dr. Gislin and his associates, Dr. Alexandria Wozmansky and Dr. Frank A. Bucci Jr., provide the highest level of medical and surgical eye care available, with eye care for all ages. Hazleton Eye Specialists, on the Airport Beltway in the Franklin Corporate Center.
If it's local news you're looking for, News 13 is your community news station. Hazleton Area School District Superintendent Sam Marolo spoke out for the first time about his sudden departure. Marolo talked exclusively with SSP TV about why his time as the head of the district was cut short. Tropical Storm Lee wreaked havoc in northeastern Pennsylvania with rivers and creeks overflowing. News 13 checked out some of the wettest places in the area. And as the rain continued to fall, water got higher and higher in one part of Butler Township, literally trapping folks inside their homes. News 13 was there as rescue workers moved in and began plucking people and their pets from drowning houses. And we kept you informed about the state of emergency and mandatory evacuation of many parts of Luzerne County. News 13 brought you images of what folks were calling the worst flood ever, even worse than Agnes. You just don't want to miss News 13 live at 5 and 5:30 Monday through Friday. And check us out online at ssptv.com.
All week, News 13 has been bringing you interviews with the Hazleton Area School Board from our sit-down with directors at a special forum at the Standard Speaker. We end our conversation tonight with more on the Can-Do versus Bishop Hafey building debate. What building would be better to turn into an additional school for the Hazleton Area School District? It seems some members of the public and the school directors are not in agreement. The public learned more about the Can-Do building at a special meeting back in May. But were they given all the details on the other property, Bishop Hafey? School Director Brian Early says both were discussed numerous times.
Specifically, there was meetings that were held in McAdoo where it was discussed. There was the Act 34 hearing, which is required by the state. This has been discussed. I went back and started looking at some of my notes. This has been going on since July of 2010. And there was actually a headline in the Standard Speaker about the district considering the purchase of the Can-Do building. So this has been talked about at length. The information has been out there. People have stood up at public meetings and said, why isn't this information being released? And anybody could have requested the information at any time.
I actually made a list of all the times this was brought up in the newspaper, on public, on TV, by board members, and it's, as you can see, it's a page both sides. So for anyone to say that there was no time for public input or for no one knew about it is totally incorrect.
Back in January, the board voted to move ahead with negotiations to buy the Can-Do building. A few weeks ago, the board approved the agreement between the district and Can-Do. That spells out the financial terms of the purchase. A 49-year-old Hazleton woman has been arrested by city police for giving officers a false identification after being stopped for a traffic violation. Police tell us Orisa Dotel of Hazleton gave officers a false name, false date of birth, false address, and more, in addition to claiming to be a practicing dentist with an office at the Broad Street Business Exchange here in downtown. Now, police said after Dodal was arrested, investigators learned her true identity and further learned she had no license to practice dentistry in Pennsylvania. Police said they are still working with Immigration and Customs Enforcement to verify her immigration status. Local law enforcement officers put their lives on the line one evening as a man in Sugarloaf shot round after round at them from his home, saying it would be suicide by cop. They shot back at 63-year-old James Marticelli, who eventually surrendered after being hit twice by the cop's shots. Marticelli was found guilty on a number of charges back in July, including aggravated assault and assaulting a law enforcement officer. Today, he learned his fate. He was sent to jail for 20 years, but he will get credit for time served. He's been in prison since July of 2009. Marticelli asked the judge if he could remain close to home and said he needed medical care in prison. He was also ordered to pay money to the Pennsylvania State Police and the District Attorney's Office. The judge also ordered Marticelli's weapons to be destroyed. The 63-year-old armed himself with handguns, military rifles, and 2,000 to 3,000 rounds of ammunition, firing at a dozen local police officers during a long standoff in 2009. Now, none of the officers were hurt and Marticelli's defense was that he suffered from a mental illness during the incident. Marticelli's wife was inside the home. She managed to escape unharmed. All right, much more is coming your way tonight on your community news station. We check in with Freddie B next, who has local sports, and later we head to the north side for a long-standing tradition at MMI Prep School. We have more on why the students were in their jammies.
Attention pay-per-view subscribers, if you see your name right now on Channel 13, you will have 13 minutes to call in and win a free pay-per-view movie from Service Electric Cablevision. Tonight's winner, Heather Eberts of Hazel Township. Heather, if you're watching, give us a call right now at 570-459-9813 to win your free movie.
J-Bell, a trusted name in jewelry since 1916. J-Bell's Add-A-Section bracelet is a gift that grows more precious with time. Select a stylish starter or partial bracelet for your special occasion. For each birthday, anniversary, and holiday thereafter, add another section. The look, feel, and quality are incomparable, meaning your J-Bell bracelet will truly last for generations.
Show her you love her time and again. Stop by Howard's Jewelers in the Laurel Mall in West Hazleton to see our complete selection of J-Bell Add-A-Section bracelets.
SSP TV Sports on News 13 with Fred Barletta Jr.
Well, there's a major difference when you're 1-1 going into week 3 if you come out of it with a record of 1-2 or a record of 2-1. Now that seems pretty simplistic, but if you go back and take a look, it could sometimes dictate what direction your season's going in. And with the Hazleton area Cougars, you got Tunkhannock up next. Now, nothing's a gimme, but if you can win in week 3 and Tunkhannock in week 4, you'll be very easily looking at 3-1. First things first, tonight, it's not going to be easy because Delaware Valley comes into the game 2-0. The other thing is Delaware Valley then, well, they played East Stroudsburg, and it's tough to tell anything out of that. So tonight will be a very good test for Jimmy Drumhiller's gang. 7 o'clock start. Cougars on the road at Delaware Valley, and you think it'll be a little cold up in the northeast corner of the state by Port Jervis? I would say so. Meanwhile, Marion crosses over in the Monoy area. Stroudsburg goes to Williamsport, team the Cougars knocked off last week. East Stroudsburg South, who Delaware Valley defeated. They take on Scranton Pleasant Valley at Wyoming Valley West, who everyone's saying is the team to beat in Lake Lehman and Wyoming area. On Saturday, home games for Holy Redeemer, Abington Heights, and Dallas. Dallas is the big one because they're playing Berwick. We've got field hockey going on down in Harmon Geist. It's Honesdale taking on the Lady Cougars in golf. Berwick, Hazleton area down at Sugarloaf, Nanticoke, and MMI at the Valley Country Club. And in boys soccer, Pittston and MMI over at the new MMI facility. Tennis, full slate. Lady Cougars hosting Coughlin, Crestwood on the road at Hanover, and Wyoming Seminary taking on MMI. And in volleyball, MMI is at Weatherly, Hazleton area at East Stroudsburg North. Some scores from yesterday. Speaking of volleyball, always a key battle in the Schuylkill League when Marion takes on Nativity. Well, here we go. Round 1. And ring it up for the Marion Phillies. 3-2 winners over Nativity. 22 aces for Doc Fallabell's gang. And as we said, round 1, you know they're going to play more times right in through districts. And we even saw 1 year in states. MMI, straight sets over Hanover area. In golf, Crestwood edges Hazleton area despite Jared Piskorik's 43 over 9 holes. And MMI gets by Lake Lehman. Jeff Lentz with a 43 for the Preppers. Minor League Baseball, the playoffs last night. Kyle Landis, no action as his Kinston team fell behind Frederick 2-1. Frederick, 7-3 winners over the Indians. They will play Game 4 tonight. Meanwhile, the Columbus Clippers take a 2-1 lead on the Lehigh Valley Iron Pigs. Those two teams play tonight down at Lehigh Valley. There's the schedule of what I just mentioned to you. And last and certainly not least, one of the thrills I've got to experience in 50 years of sports. Sitting at home last night, watching on television, and in the top of the 9th inning, Russ Kansley, pinch hit for Johnny Damon. Actually had a good at-bat. He walked, and you might say, well, he fouled off every pitch he swung at, and a lot of them were out of the strike zone, so it was a real good at-bat. He worked the walk, and maybe gets those first ever bat jitters out of the way, he'll be ready to rock and roll in his second at bat. Hope it's at Fenway. I'd like to see him go deep over the monster. How much fun would that be? But Russ Kanzler now gets his name forever in the baseball encyclopedia. They play tonight, 7:10. It's game 2. Oh, by the way, Tampa back within 3 of the Boston Red Sox. Friday means it's the all-night happy hour, half-price appetizers and drinks from open to close. And boy, open to close is something worth remembering because the kitchen is open till midnight, 7 days a week. And don't forget the 14 flat-screen TVs to watch all your favorite sporting events all weekend long. Where else but Bottlenecks, who sponsors us each and every night right here on SSP TV.
Everyone knows that Bottlenecks is the home of award-winning wings and mouth-watering steaks, but now a new tasty reason to stop by. New succulent snow crab legs, steamed, seasoned, and served with lemon and hot melted butter. And seafood fans will love Monday nights for the crab and clam seafood jam, featuring little neck clams in garlic butter and peel and eat Old Bay shrimp. Bottlenecks is open 7 days a week. The kitchen is open till midnight every day. There's always a reason to stop by Bottlenecks.
Howdy. There are commercials running right now that want you to believe that the only way to get your diabetic testing supplies covered by Medicare is to use mail order. Nothing could be further from the truth. At Standard Drug, we'll deliver monitors, strips, lancets, even batteries for your monitor. You'll have no upfront cost. We'll bill Medicare. We'll bill your supplemental. Why, you'll even save the cost of a postage stamp. Standard Drug, your headquarters for diabetic supplies.
Folks, how important is your local pharmacist? On the next Sam LaSange Show, John Keegan, registered pharmacist, joins me to talk about local pharmacists and how important they are. Now, are these mail orders that you're getting, are they saving you money? And how really important is that local pharmacist? The show is brought to you by the following pharmacists: Heights Terrace Pharmacy, Yorkville, Town Drug, Medicine Shop, Standard Drug, and Yoakum's Pharmacists. These are the pharmacists that are concerned about you. It's all in the next Sam LaSange Show.
Take a deep breath. It's all going to be fine. Come on, take a deep breath. Keep on breathing.
Feed a hungry child. Give generously to CEO.
You'll find very low prices and quality clothing and accessories here at Treasure Hunt. New this week, a brand new department for shoes. Men's shoes priced at $9.99 to $14.99 include dress shoes, boots, sneakers, and even sandals. Women's shoes priced at just $8 to $14.99 include dress shoes in different colors. Flats and heels are available. Check out these new ladies' shoes arrivals, all different styles in sneakers. Brands include Nike for just $9.99. This section of men's shoes range in sizes all the way up to a size 15. Boots and sneakers are included, just $9.99. And don't forget about the Uggs for girls and for ladies in all different sizes and styles here at Treasure Hunt. Remember, we are never undersold.
Well, it's not something you see every day. High school students parading the streets of Freeland in their pajamas. Did they forget to get dressed this morning? No, not exactly. It's a tradition at MMI since the 1950s. The freshmen show up for school in their pajamas and parade around the streets of Freeland. It's an annual rite of passage for the school's 9th grade class. The seniors chanted and antagonized the freshmen as a fun-filled initiation of sorts and even showered them with water guns. An escort around the streets of Freeland was led by fire trucks, police officers, and state troopers. Then it was back to the school for pizza and ice cream. All right, that does it for us tonight. Thank you so much for making us a part of your day. If you want to catch this newscast again, you can tune in for a rebroadcast throughout tonight and into your morning. And don't forget, we're always on at ssptv.com. And before we say goodbye, we'd like to thank McCann's Oral Communications class joining us as a live audience out there. So thanks so much for joining us. They are students of our own Janine Mazurkevich, and hope they enjoyed their visit with us. All right, good night, everyone. Have a great and safe weekend. We'll see you back here on Monday.